So the kids have taken your quiz now. Now what? What do I do with what they've done? So when you are in edit mode, you're on the questions side. You'll see that this was an additional quiz that I had, and it was a short answer. So this was something that I did not release to the children right away. I had to grade it, and I wanted them to practice writing in the target language. So now I go to my responses. There is a bunch of information here. Educational data, which you can look at and see it gives you the average, the median, the range. And this is what I was talking about yesterday as to why maybe you would want to make a quiz assignment where you can import the grades and it alphabetizes them versus this, because these are all time stamped. So it's more or less like, unless you're going to split screen this and keep School Tool open and input the data as it comes in, you can just import the grades and do it that way. Again, I'm not going to speak to linking Google Classroom and School Tool because I haven't done it yet, but I really hope to do so, because the teachers that did do it said that they didn't mind it. And perfect. So I get to see their scores out of what I did. So now if you keep going question by question, it gives you all this data. If I go by question, I can look this way: how many people got it right, how many people got it wrong, and so forth. Then I go by individual. This is how I actually graded the quiz on here. I went student by student, and I went down and I graded, and I awarded them the point if it was correct. When a student has to write in an answer, when there's no correct answer set by me, because I couldn't predict all the ways they could spell or write, then it's always going to mark it wrong, but it's going to give them the answer because I awarded them the points. Now, let me ask you, how do I toggle between students? Two ways to do it. I can click this arrow and it'll go to the next response, or I can simply go like this, student by student. Not that I would really want to grade out of order, but it is a nice way to see something. Now, I'd like to point out this little 1 next to it. In computer language, when you have a 1 next to something, it's really a copy. It's the first copy. So it's the second form, basically. These students did not make the cut, so I said that they could retake it. So this tells me that they retook it. And it also tells you if a student was not allowed to take it and they did take it, you would see the 1 next to it. So that's that. That's pretty much on this side. If you wanted to print any of the data on any one of these 3 tabs, you could do that. If you want to silence the quiz, and what I mean by silence is you don't want it to even be taken by anyone, you can turn off accepting responses. So let's say if a kid maybe wants to try to retake it, if you turn this off, they won't be able to retake it. You would just have to make sure that all makeups are made up and all retakes are taken, and you're kind of closing the window on the opportunity for this quiz to be taken. So if this is something that you would do maybe by the end of a quarter, and then, in the future, because of this red bar, you would just have to turn it back on again, that it's allowed to be taken. Now, let's say I'm done for the year and I want to delete my responses. I go to my little 3 dots here, my ellipsis, and I would delete all responses. And it's done and it's ready to go if I want to use this again this year. Now, I'm going to show you in another quiz. Unlink the form means you can permanently remove the form connected to that link so that if they go to click on a link, it's not going to take them anywhere.